teaching is an art form. It's not a delivery system. I don't know when we start confusing teaching with FedEx. You know, it's a way of, you know, teaching is an art. It's an arts practice. It's about connoisseurship and judgment and intuition. And we all remember the great teachers in our lives, the ones who kind of woke us up and that we're still thinking about because they said something to us or they gave us an angle on something that we've never forgotten. So being a great teacher is not just about knowing your stuff. It's knowing how to get people interested in all that. So there's teaching creatively. And so one of the ways I think we can improve creativity in schools is by offering professional development programs for teachers in methods of creative teaching. Excuse me, ways in which they can engage their students more imaginatively in the material that they want them to learn. And we do it in other areas. I mean, we have professional development programs in information technology and health and safety. And then we should have them too in the core practice of being a teacher. The other way of thinking about it is teaching for creativity, where these aren't polar opposites, they're part of the same process, but where your emphasis is on encouraging other people to develop their creative capacities and skills. And you know, people often say to me, you know, as if it's all self-evidently true, you know, that you can't teach creativity. Well, you can. You know, I mean, if we had more time, we could debate it, but the fact is, you can. But reinventing education, you know, for life, I suppose, in short, is about making the kind of barriers and the borders between conventional institutions much more permeable. And I think that includes making them more permeable between the generations. I mean, we do have this idea that we educate young people, and that's done by older people. And actually, there's a huge value to be got from intergenerational learning and not dividing students into narrow age groups and not seeing education as just something that happens to young people, but something they're also agents of in helping people of different ages understand things that they already know themselves. There are a number of interrelated processes in education. It's not a simple or a single thing. There's the curriculum, which is what we want people to learn. And I think the curriculum does have to evolve, and evolve quite radically from some of the traditional conceptions of knowledge and subjects, given how the world itself is evolving and how our cultural understanding is changing. Education is also about teaching and learning. We've talked a little bit about that. I think that as technology evolves, and we know this, the roles of teachers are changing. It's not just about being the person who knows and has access to ideas that nobody else has. Students are very adept at finding things out for themselves these days, and they have tremendously fertile tools at their disposal for creating new products, for fashioning designs. I mean, the toolkit that's available to most students now far exceeds any toolkit that was available to any previous generation on Earth. And they're very good at using them, that's the point. Assessment is a big part of education, and we need more flexible and descriptive approaches there. But the fourth one is about the partnership between learning communities and the broader community, rather than just being a facility you're sent to be educated while the world swirls around you. We should really be thinking about learning communities and schools as hubs rather than as ghettos, that they should be part of a much bigger conception of the community process of learning.